How's it going, everybody? It's AfroDJMac here, and I've got a new Ableton Live pack called the Rhythmic Pads. This is a collection of 78 instrument racks, and they are all designed to be very rhythmic. So, as you can see, I'm just holding down a single chord, but there's a lot of movement going on. There's a lot of filter action, there's an arpeggiator, noise movement that gives us all this kind of rhythm going on. So with relatively little effort, you can have a very full-sounding piece of music. And just one chord, we've got a noise sweep, we've got an arpeggiator, and also the body of the pad going on. I'll just play you a couple of these different sounds so you can just kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with here. All of them have lots of movement. So, let me show you how this works. When you open up the project, you'll see a presets folder, and then you've got 3 different folders. There's a bunch of noise instruments, so these are different rhythmic noises. For instance, we'll create a new MIDI track, and we'll just kind of audition a few of these. So let's hear 3 launches. Again, here bobbing and weaving. You can hear a lot of movement going on inside that sound. Gentle water. Now all these noise samples come from various analog synthesizers. This is the Moog Realistic Concert Made, an old consumer style synthesizer that really has some cool sounds in it. And the noise is one of them. And I've put up some effects to create this sort of dancing motion, and you have a lot of control over this. We can change the speed. We can change the style of that movement. You can change how much. If we raise the filter resonance and play around with the filter frequency, we can really get some interesting sounds just with the noise alone. And there's a whole bunch of these that you can play around with. So these are the noise instruments. Then we've got the single layers. I'll go to these now. And these are just various different sounds created from all kinds of synths. I sampled analog hardware, I sampled the VSTs, I sampled Max for Live synths, Ableton synths, presets that I just created that I thought sounded pretty cool. I'll just grab one. This is the Cyborg. And again, this has similar controls where you can control the speed of the movement or the dance, the style, how much it's moving. And again, you got the filter, which plays a big role. Lots of cool sounds here. These are the single layers. It's a very cold digital sound. And just to contrast that, we'll get a nice warm analog type sound here. And again, we can move these with our dance controls. You get lots of cool rhythms. That'll be right in time with your music. So these are the single layers. And the rhythmic pads, which is the main focus of the pack, are all of these sounds. I've got these loaded into tracks. We can just kind of skip between tracks. And these are a combination of all 3 different layers. One of them is an arpeggiator layer, and it's this light green color. If I click on here, we see all our controls. We can control its volume. We can control the arpeggiated rate. Let me solo this so you can just get an idea of what's going on. The rate. We've also got a fade in, so all the way to the left, the arpeggiator starts right from the beginning. As we turn up the fade in, though, we can have this kind of creep in over time that you specify. This is almost 4 seconds. We've got control over our filter. Then if we go in here, we've got our dance just like we had in the other sounds. And we've also got control over more of the arpeggiator stuff, so we can change the way the arpeggiator moves. So now we're getting more of a rise in the octaves. Then we can go to the body layer. And in here we've got control over the volume as well as the filter frequency. And we can go inside of here and check out our actual body layer and play around with the way this sound is moving over time. And the style as well. So they're all very similar, so you kind of know what you're working with. We've got a morphable filter in all of these. So we can get some pretty cool moving sounds. We can do them two together. Maybe I'll change the filter of the body a little bit. And now we'll bring in the noise layer. This one's made with the bobbin and weaving sound. We'll turn that up a little bit. We can play with the filter frequency, the resonance, and the way the filter is set up at the morph. And again, what I'm hoping that you're noticing is we've got lots of rhythmic possibilities here. So we might make something that sounds this kind of nice 16th note rhythm here on our noise, and then we can bring in our other layers. I'll turn the filter down on the Arpeggiator. And we've got a lot of nice movement. And with each one of these sounds, you have different sound sources to work with. And then you can also change the rhythm and the texture of the sound. So all in all, it's 78 sounds that you get here. 21 rhythmic pads, 22 noise instruments, and 35 single layer synths. So all in all, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. And like I said, you get this really full sound with just pressing a couple keys down on your keyboard. So I hope you enjoy this. Thanks for checking it out, and have a great day.